In our syllabi, we have the creation story, okay? And remember I mentioned that during my course of teaching, some of you that's been, let's see, I think Lakota, I think you were in one of my classes at SF, I think maybe not. But anyway, I do a lot of talking about my own experiences, my own learning from the original people, so to speak. My great-grandmother, for one, I learned a lot from her. And whenever they talk about creation story, I think of the story she used to tell us about creation. She said that we are, this life that we're in today, we are in the second world. And in the first world, the people, the animals, all creatures were all able to communicate with one another. And then as time went on, and the people got bad, they started doing really unusual, not so human, I guess, ways of life. And Unchimaka warned the people. She warned the people, but they didn't listen. Warned everybody, and but they didn't listen. And so eventually, Unchimaka shook herself. She opened up and she closed and opened up and closed and swallowed people, animals, while she was opening and closing. And when all that settled, the Lakota people were caught under the surface of the earth, and eventually the Lakota people found their way out through this the opening of the cave, which became Washunia. Washunia meaning the breathing hole, and and they came out from there. And when they came out, the person that first came out was called Kokahe. He was the first one to come out. And there was Iktomi. You might have heard of Iktomi. Iktomi was there. The buffalo was there. And Iktomi talked the people into coming out and eating on the buffalo. And so the people said, well, there's just only one of you. So how are we going to survive with just one buffalo? And they said, well, come over and we'll show you. So they went over to the edge of the hill, and sure enough, there was millions of buffalo. And so they started living on buffalo. And the farther they went away from the breathing hole, Washunia, they grew. And so at one point they got scared because of how how much they were growing and changing. And so they ran back to the Washunia, but they were too big to go back inside. And it kind of reminds me of, we always talk about Wiwila Wichasha, right? Yeah. And I wonder, you know, if there's anything that's was related to that. And so she said the buffalo gave us life. And the Chesapa is a buffalo because that's where they came out. They came out from. And they always believed because they came from the Black Hills that the Black Hills is the heart of the nation. And she said, there's going to be a third world coming. And when that time, you're going to see a lot of changes in the weather. You're going to see a lot of high winds, a lot of rain, a lot of earthquakes. You know, everything's going to be different. Even the day that we live from day to day, the air is going to be hardly any good to breathe in. And you know, this was way back when I was a little kid. She was telling us this, and I always remember that. You know, I guess because you know, during my time, I've seen several different changes, and so going back to the creation. Back in 2004, I think it was, I found this photo 2003 during their what do you call it, Founders Day. During their Founders Day powwow over here, they had a whole bunch of these. This is the aerial photo of the Black Hills. And when I seen it, I thought of what my grandmother was talking about. So when it's in this position, what do we see? A heart, right? Yeah. And she said, now you got to remember that back then there was no such thing. Well, maybe there was, but when I was a little kid, there was hardly any airplanes. Just once in a blue moon, you see a airplane passing through, and so there was no aerial photo. She said it was protected by a red hoop, the Black Hills. And she said it was a buffalo. So here's the ears right here. And here's the nose right here. Here's the eyes. And here's the front leg curled back this way. Okay, right here. And then here's the back legs coming out, and here's the tail coming out, and right there where Wind Cave Washunia, that's where the buffalo gives birth from. And this is Peshla, the center of the Black Hills, right? So when I seen this, boy, I seen all these things that she was telling me about or telling us about, and sure enough, the eyes. You could see the buffalo pretty good. So anyway, that was the story I learned of our Lakota creation. And so these are some of the words that we want to learn. We're going to eventually learn to pronounce, sound out all the words. If you see a diacritic mark, hopefully, I know we are, we're going to recognize and identify that diacritic mark. So the T with a dash is a hard, I call it a hard T, okay? Tuwa. What's tuwa? Anybody know? Tuwa is who, right? Who. Tuwa is who. Tohan. Tohan is when. And there's tuwa again. Wa uspe wichakie. Okay, notice how the diacritic marks on there. Okay? There's a hard P and the C with a little dot on it. Wa uspe wichakie is the one that teaches. So, in other words, a teacher. Chtaleha. Chtaleha. Chtaleha means yesterday. Some of these are past, present, future words. Hihaniki. Hihaniki is tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow. Now we're talking about the future, right? Hihaniki. Ampo. Ampo is at daybreak. Ampo. Just the first, like the first light of the sun. Oko. Oko. Oko is weak. Not weak like me, but weak like in the month. Oko. Omakha. Omakha. Omakha means a year. During New Year's, you hear a lot of Omakhatecha. Okay, right across it says Omakhatecha. Okay, New Year. Techa is new. Wanietu. Wanietu is winter. Winter. Wanietu. Lechala. Lechala could mean something very new, brand new, like techa, or it could mean just now, depending on how you use it in a sentence. Keep in mind that there's going to be, I guess I shouldn't say a lot, but there are a few words, same words, but you use it in a sentence and it means something almost completely different. And we'll get into that maybe next week, because we need to start getting into our diacritical marks. Also, we're going to get into conjugation. Conjugation is like putting people or time in place. Okay. Wichoka hiaya. Wichoka hiaya. Wichoka hiaya means when the sun is in the middle, straight up and down. Wichoka hiaya. Hanwi. Hanwi is the moon. Happy tells you night. Okay? So whenever you refer it pretty much refers to the night. Okay? We being the sun during the day, and we refers to the night sun or the night moon, and you go straight across. Ampewi is the sun. It refers to the sun. Ampetu is day. Okay, it doesn't say what day, it just refers to day. Hihane echiata. Hihane echiata. Hihane echiata wa uktelo. I will be coming sometimes in the morning. Okay, referring to sometimes in the morning, between sun up and when the sun is straight up in the middle. Wichoka hiaya. Bloketu. Bloketu is the summer. Bloketu. Duktel. Duktel is where. Duktel is where. Takue. Takue. A lot of times you hear that a lot. Somebody say something and the other person will say, Takue. Why? Okay. Ptanyetu. Ptanyetu. We are in the season of Ptanyetu, the fall. Ptanyetu. Okay. Wetu. Wetu is in the spring season. Hihane. Hihane. Now again, if you use it, see the word across from the other list, that one says Hihaniki. Okay? Tomorrow. Okay? And this one says Hihane, referring to this morning. Hihane, this morning. Ha-happy. I mentioned ha-happy. Ha. Okay? Ha-happy. Hihane lachji. Lachji tells you so early in the morning. Hihane lachji. Very early in the morning. We could refer to the sun or the moon, but you would refer to it as Ampewi or Hanwi. Okay? Omakatecha is New Year. Okay. Chtayetu. Chtayetu. Chtayetu is in the evening. Chtayetu. Lechalachji. Remember I told you right straight across back to the other side, it meant just now. Lechalachji. Chji tells you just now, you know. Lechalachji, just now. Hanchokan. Hanchoka. Hanchoka means in the middle of the night. Choka means in the middle. Ha is night, short for happy. Okay. Ampewi. We talked about Ampewi, the day, the sun. Okay. Ampeha. Today, this day, Ampeha, something happened. You're referring to something happened today, Ampeha. It could be in the morning, sometimes during the day. Okay. Anachopta. Anachopta is listen. Listen, anachopta. Then we have some verbs that we started working on. Wana wagala wachi. Wana wagala wachi. I want to go home now. Wagali. We're going to go through all the consonants eventually, so we'll have a better understanding. If there's no diacritic marks, then more than likely the consonant is going to sound like the G. W does not have no diacritic marks, so but we'll go through that. Waganinkte, waganinkte. I'm going to go home. It doesn't say when, but it's sometimes in the future. I could say Chtayetuki waganinkte. Okay, I'm going home this evening. Chtayetuki. Okay, if I said that. Waganinkte. Wagaliki. Wagaliki refers to when I return, when I come back. And this next one, you probably heard many times and you never gave it a thought, maybe. Tokialahe or tokialahuo, also the gender endings. We have two languages. We have the male and the female. We have three languages also that the Dakota, the Lakota, and the Nakota, DLN, okay? So we also have those three. It is very hot today. Literal translation, today is very hot. Okay? I will be here tomorrow, or I will come tomorrow. I came back yesterday. Next week, be prepared to go into these little, they call them diacritic marks, okay? We're going to go into all of those next week, so be prepared. He Hihaniki toksha wa ukte. Toksha. How many times have you heard that word? Toksha. Toksha. You hear a lot of people say toksha, toksha. You know.
Toksha Black Hills.
Yeah. And then they always say toksha never comes. I will be here tomorrow. I came back yesterday. Okay? Happy di la yupia iwahamble. I had a very nice dream last night. Happy. I had a very nice dream last night. Happy di la yupia iwahamble. Okay. Hihani di la yus oya wekta. Hihani di la yus oya wekta. And that's telling the truth for me this morning. I barely got myself out of bed. It was rough getting up. I barely got up this morning. Hihane li la yus oya. Yus oya is barely. Wekta, I got up. Hantrokan wahehan wagali. Hantrokan wahehan wagali. I came back about midnight, and just like Wichokan hiaya. Wichokan hiaya is when the sun is supposed to be like halfway straight up and down. Okay. Wichokan wahehan wawatinkte. Wichokan wahehan wawatinkte. I'm going to munch out about noon. Leha hepiki wihinapche. Leha hepiki wihinapche. The moon came out tonight. So any questions? Okay, we'll see you. Have a good day and a good week. Enjoy your week.